Hello, everyone. How are you? First and foremost, my name is Leonardo Nunes, and I'm going to be doing a presentation on topic number three. That will be what did the ancient Greek Stoics say about evil, suffering, and God? Important figures include Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. So, first of all, why did I choose this topic? It's number three, so but when I got to the list and I saw this topic, it just like jumped out of the screen for me. In the exact moment, I knew my presentation had to be around this one because it's a topic that I love and that I've been studying and researching for a long time. I would say 3 or 4 years since I entered college. And for me, their view about evil and suffering, God, not that much, but for me, their view on evil and suffering is the best there is out there. And my life changed a lot when I started to search, comprehend, and read a lot about it. And to show them telling the truth, my library is not here, but this is a book by Ryan Holiday. I think you guys can see it. And he's the most famous modern writer about Stoicism, which is how the name of the philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and so many other. He wrote, I think, 5 or 6 books around this matter at this moment. I read all of them. I only have this one with me right now. This one is writing right now, and he's doing a series about the four Stoic virtues. That's like the pillars, how they see the road, the things that they hold true to their heart. And this is a book, this is in Portuguese, but in English is The Courage to Be Disliked, which gets a lot of psychology from Adler, but also a lot of philosophy from the old Greeks, the Stoics. It talks a lot about Socrates, but also about Seneca. It's a really good book. So, starting to tell you guys what I chose this topic, why I think so interesting, and a little bit of introduction about me. So now we can get right on the details. First, I want to talk a little bit about how they view God, which is a little bit different, especially than Christianity. That's why I don't subscribe that much around it. They call God the Logos. It's basically a translation from the Greek to nowadays as the nature, the reason. So they view the Logos as omnipresent and everywhere. So they think the Logos is everywhere. So maybe on my perfume, on my book, and everything around us is God, and this is reason they call it the Logos. And it's not a personal deity like Christianity. It's a rational, a order, a principle. It's on everywhere and on everything, and that's a little bit of the Freemason philosophy. That's God is everywhere, in everyone, in everything, all of the time. It's a little bit of more a, a deeper view on how omnipresent God can be. And it's like everything happens for the divine reason. God controls everyone and everything at all time. Nothing is by accident. So that's their view on God. I want to separate things a little bit. So this is their view on God, and now I want to talk about evil and suffering, which for me is the most interesting parts on the philosophy. And in the middle, let's say, as deep down, the whole point, just a quick summary, is that suffering and evil do not exist. They are merely a concept of our own mind, and we choose to suffer. We choose to interpret things as evil. They're not true. They're not how this works. That's why it's so interesting. It's like is gets all reason and everything and just throw it out of the window. Like doesn't exist. Suffering doesn't exist. Evil doesn't exist. It's all a mere concept or a mind. That's boiled down what it is. So now I want to explain a little bit less. No, a little bit more, of course. Um, they say that external events like illness, death, poverty, suffering, they are not evil. They are indifferent. They say that nothing of these events, which are the worst of human nature, let's say, will be death, poverty, suffering. They are not evil, they are indifferent. We suffer. We choose to suffer. When, let's say, we have a I don't want to talk about disease because I think that's a little bit serious, but let's talk about poverty. Let's say we lose everything. Um, we crash our car or lose our house, something very bad. They say that that does not defy us. That's not evil, that's not suffering, that's nothing. Just an external event. A event. It doesn't have to make us suffer. It doesn't have to make us feel bad or angry or sad. That's one thing's correctly no totally different than the other. That we don't need to suffer. We choose to suffer. That's the whole point. That nothing can make us suffer. Um so why does suffering exist? Suffering is false judgments about reality. Let's say, oh, I fought with my girlfriend or fought with my father. Maybe they say, okay, you guys are not on the same page. You have something to talk about. You guys talk, but you don't need to feel bad about it. You don't need to suffer. You don't need to feel anguish or anxiety. All those emotions are merely a creation of our mind. We don't need to give in to it. We don't need to feel bad about it. We don't need to feel sad about it. All those are not the same thing. When something happens, we should choose not to suffer. It should not affect us in any way, shape, or form. That's why suffering shall not exist, basically. They also go further than that. And sometimes, even when questioned, they say that this not suffering they call hardship is the training ground for virtue. Like all these things that happen in our life, all the challenge or the obstacles are merely steps to make you stronger. So let's say your girlfriend broke up with you. You can choose not to suffer, not to feel angry or that your pride be inflected. You can choose not to feel all those. Only like, okay, I have something to learn here. Let's step forward and let's become a better human. Let's aim for let's aim for virtue. Their virtues are courage, endurance, wisdom, and temperance, which is self-control basically. So we can choose to not feel affected, not feel evil, not feel suffer, and just aim up. That's I think I'm trying to explain their whole philosophy in a little words and like let's say make everybody think about suffering and evil and how we react. I'm not sure if I'm doing a nice enough job, but I'm trying. But it's basically life does not happen to you, it happens for you. Everything that goes on in your life, bad or good, we assign the values. So there is really no bad, no good. It's just life. It's happening for us, it's happening to us. We can choose to not feel this pain, not feel evil, and even if we lose our arm or lose an eye, we can just keep walking. There's always a lesson to be absorbed by it and not evil and suffering. Those concepts are, they say it's a creation of our mind. Fate and acceptance. I want to give you some quotes that this famous writers said about evil, suffering, things like that, which for me are really good. Um, so I want to go again, tell some quotes about it because I would say makes me think better than me only explaining his quotes. And their quotes are really hard hitting. One of the most famous books about Stoicism, if not the most famous, is Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. It's an awesome, awesome book. I have read more than a couple of times just because it's so good. It's easy to read and makes you think the whole day. So sometimes you just start reading and like, wait, I need to read more, you know? So, uh, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. So he says, like, we should not complain. We make our problems bigger. We just should endure it and keep moving forward. There is no thing that says evil, suffering, just life. We endure it and stop complaining because when we complain, we make it bigger. We make it worse. It's like we inflame it. We don't need it. Don't attach emotions to it. Nothing that is in accordance with nature can be evil. So if nature is everything, everything's the logos, everything's God, then nothing can be evil. It's just life. We don't need to put value on it. We choose to call it as evil, and we can just choose not to. Another one that I really like is a quote from Seneca, which is another very famous writer, which also has a very famous book. Right now I forgot it, but I also read it. It's a little bit of a harder book to read, but it's really good. So, what you consider hardship is the raw material of virtue. So, like I said, they don't call it suffering, they call it hardship. So, when you struggle, when you go to a hard time, it's only occurring to make you stronger, to make you better, to make you a better man, a better woman, a better person. God hardens, tests, and disciplines whom he approves. So, along the same line, like, there is no evil, there is no suffering, only tests, only hardship. Things only happen to make you grow, and we attach value to them, and we can just choose not to. And I don't think I could explain everything that they think. I don't think I could explain it all, and I don't have enough time. But I want to thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody to being here with me. And I think I could, with some quotes and some hard hitting statements, I think I could make everybody really curious to search more about Stoicism. So thank you a lot for for your attention.